Hey! What are you doing here? What are you doing here? So what does self-expression mean to you?
I'll tell you what it means to me.
What does self-expression mean to you?
I'll tell you what it means to me. It means jack shit.
Oh, really? It doesn't mean anything to you?
Well, probably means the same to me as anyone else, but I don't think about it too much. I don't think it's important.
Okay. So I know that you are, I wouldn't call you a musician because you don't like it that I call you a musician, but I would say...
I never said that.
Oh, no? Okay.
You can call me a musician.
Okay. So you are a musician.
The only thing is I wouldn't use the term artist.
Okay.
Musician is fine. Musician, a lot of people, when they start learning how to play an instrument, it often takes them a long time before they can say about themselves, I'm a musician. And I personally believe that it doesn't need to take so long. Anybody who makes music doesn't have to be good. Anybody who plays music or creates music is a musician. So it's a simple definition, makes things easier. So yeah, I'm a musician. Maybe not an artist, but it's a question of definitions. We can get into that later if you want. Sorry.
So there is a reason why I said musician, because when I say self-expression, so music or being a musician straight away comes up. So if self-expression doesn't mean anything to you, so why are you a musician? Why do you do music? Because isn't music all about self-expression?
That's a good question. Why do I do music? I like it. I like listening to music. There's a satisfaction which is very strange, it's inexplicable. It doesn't serve any purpose. Maybe it does. But there's something very satisfying in creating something. Doesn't have to be music. Could be shooting videos, or writing, or, I don't know, doing a PowerPoint presentation for your job. Or but I do music because I have some unexplainable, deep desire to do so. And I think that's probably why most people do music or anything else that's creative. There's no logical reason. And there doesn't need to be a logical reason.
So that sense...
It's a desire. It's something that's innate or, I don't know, like programmed evolutionarily into our brains. Maybe. Who knows?
I'm sorry that I cut you off there. I wanted to say...
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I was so focused on myself. And that's what musicians are best at.
So I wanted to say that, so it's like the sense of creating something out of nothing. It gives you this
Oh, it's never out of
unexplainable...
nothing. Oh, I'm sorry for cutting you off just
Oh,
there.
okay.
It's never out of nothing. You're never coming from nowhere. Everything that you create is based on, this sort of shared cultural heritage that you've grown up on. Without even knowing it, you have a sort of intuition about sort of Western harmony and intervals and notes and scales and things like that you may not even be aware of, but is so ingrained in the culture that you live in that you can't completely escape it. Anything that you make will be a product of the culture that you belong to, and will be an extension of that culture. You can create something new that didn't exist before, but it will be coming from a certain... It will be based on certain things. Nobody invents the wheel.
Yeah.
I guess somebody invented the wheel. Okay. There was one guy who invented the wheel, but when he invented the wheel, I mean, there were other things that were kind of like the wheel, and then he came up with that idea because he saw these other things. There's always inspiration comes from, your experience.
Like things that already exist in your life. It can be, like you said, culture, or all kinds of other things that you've been exposed to, and from that you create something.
Oh, I'm doing it again. I'm cutting you off. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Do
Yeah,
you want to finish the question and then I'll...
No, it's okay. I finished it. You can hear it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can carry on. Yeah. You want to say
Anybody
the
who
way.
learns to play an instrument, what's the first thing that you learn how to do? You learn how to play other songs, other people's songs. You don't start out by writing your own music. That's the first thing you do, is you learn how to play songs. You learn how to play... It doesn't have to be a song. It could be like a classical piece or whatever. But you study how everybody else did it up to that point. And from there, you can go ahead and do your own thing. But you're always starting... from... Yeah, cut this. Something. That didn't make any sense. What were we talking about?
I think it made a lot of sense.
Thank you.
Because
It's very nice of you to say.
Yeah, because you were saying that they started from a song that already exists when they start learning any kind of instrument.
Yeah.
Now, what I wanted to say too...
And that's not only about music. I cut you off again. God damn it, what's wrong with me?
It's okay that you cut me off. It's
I'm
part
sorry.
of the interview. So I want to say... No, I honestly really wanted to ask you, and it's something that interests me, is why to use music, like for your creativity? Like it seems like you, maybe from a young age, I don't know, you connected to the bass, you connected to piano and all kinds of other elements. Now you're creating music on your computer. There's all kinds of ways that you express your creativity through music. It's not, I don't know, I don't know you as an artist, I don't know you as a writer, but I always have known you as a musician. So it's interesting to me, why those elements? Why did you pick that?
I guess that's not a bad question. But it's kind of like, why do some men like blondes and others prefer brunettes, right?
Okay.
I find myself thinking a lot recently about determinism. Do you know what that means?
No. Explain.
Okay. So determinism is the idea that basically you don't have free will. Sort of. Anything that happens in the universe can theoretically be determined by the events that preceded it. Right? So when you're born, you get a certain genome. You get genes, and you're exposed to a certain environment, and the neurons in your brain fire based on the inputs that you're receiving from the environment. So it's possible that there's no such thing as free will. And that everything that we think that is sort of part of our personality or character is completely out of our control. And just sort of had to be that way because of random quantum fluctuations in the cosmic background radiation or whatever. That sounds stupid.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound stupid. Come on.
The thing is, who knows if we really decide anything? Or we just have the experience that we think we're deciding things. I personally am not sure what the answer to that question is. But I have the sense that it's possible that we don't really choose anything. And in that sense, there's no point in saying, well, why did you do this or that? It's possible that it couldn't have been any other way.
That is very interesting.
We do try to rationalize our decisions. We do try to say, well, I chose this because I like it for various reasons. It means something to me because of the experiences that I've had. They're not necessarily wrong, but there's a question to which degree you actually chose to do something, or you would have done it no matter what. And I really don't know the answer to that.
So it's like you're saying that there is...
But why do I like music? I guess, I mean, I was exposed to music from a young age. And I guess there must have been some, at least in the culture that I was raised in, some sort of status associated with making music. Which, as a child, I probably wasn't thinking of it in that way, but I probably sort of sensed that there was this sort of status, the way musicians are treated, as if they're better in some way, that I probably thought, oh, I want to do that, right? This is just pure speculation. I don't even remember. I do remember, though, a specific event that made me decide to start playing my first instrument, which was saxophone. And I started saxophone at the age of, I don't know, I think it was 9. It was like 4th grade. Kita Daled. And it was at my sister's bat mitzvah. And they had these, they brought in these 2 musicians who played at the bat mitzvah. And one of them was playing saxophone. And I don't remember, like in my memory, he was kind of like a Belushi Blues Brothers kind of figure, like with sunglasses. I don't know if he was wearing sunglasses, maybe not. I think it was just some Russian guy, probably, most likely, some Russian guy. But I thought, oh wow, saxophone, that looks like the coolest thing in the world. So I begged my parents to let me learn how to play saxophone, and they did. And that's how I got started making music.
You're thinking about this video that I'm creating here. It's mainly for me. It comes like because I'm interested in interviewing musicians and interviewing artists and people.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It's for me. It's only for me.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And then after I've done it for me and I completed this, and I applaud to myself, then I feel good enough to...
Maybe somebody else will enjoy this as well.
Yeah, I feel good enough to share this video with other people.
I like that. That's exactly the thing.
I'm doing it for me. I'm enjoying this. I'm having fun. I even got a drone. I got like what did I get now? A GoPro. I got this camera, all because I love doing this. And then if I can also make a few bucks off this.
Yeah. Ask any musician how much money they've spent over their lifetime on, instruments, gear, accessories, cases, electronics, whatever, and how much they've actually made. Obviously, there are musicians who've made money, but most haven't.
Yeah.
Because I think probably most musicians are doing it for themselves first and foremost because they enjoy it. And like you said, they think, well, I've already done it, so maybe somebody else will enjoy it as well.
It's this place of like sharing it with the world, having other people just enjoy your creation, having them feel impacted by it in some way. But it's mainly for yourself. First of all, comes for yourself. Like I'm a rapper, I sing, I do my music. It's because it makes me happy, it makes me feel good. And then if other people can also enjoy it, why not?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. It's like total freedom.
And you know what? I'm really happy that other people feel that way because otherwise we wouldn't have anything to listen to or watch. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I often think, why did these people, they made such a big effort to make these videos. And often they're not making money. I mean, they may have plans to make money, but they're probably most of them are not making money. But they just did something that they wanted to do and they wanted to share. And I'm grateful for that.
So you know what? I have a good question for you.
I love questions.
What do you think about the whole AI revolution that they say now? Just a second. They say now, before you answer, they say now that AI is going to replace musicians, they're going to replace art, they're going to replace everybody in the industry. And eventually you're just going to have like AI doing everything and there'll be no real creativity from human beings. That's what they say.
They do say that. And obviously, I don't know what's going to happen.
But what do you think about it? You don't have to know what's going to happen.
It's obviously upsetting.
Yeah.
Because there's something that feels inherently... it's not like I feel that they're taking work away from me because I'm not making any money from music. But it is possible that one day we'll feel differently about AI. I mean, you have plenty of movies, sci-fi movies that take place in the distant future where you have lifelike androids, like Westworld or whatever, other kinds of iRobot, things like that. it's possible that one day we'll actually attribute consciousness and even grant rights to AI. I mean, if a computer, theoretically, if a computer can work exactly like somebody's brain, then there's an experience being created.
But just a sec, let me join the conversation a second.
Go ahead.
I wanna come and join you. I feel this conversation can be
Oh, it's a good one. I like this conversation.